8:45-ish, because that's how I work, is 8:45 plus or minus a few minutes. Tomorrow morning at 8:45, we're going to be taking a group to the Calhoun Food Bank to do some community service. It's the food bank right here on Reef Station Road. How many of you have signed up for that? I know we have several. Raise your hand high. So, okay, we've got 3 or 4, 5. If you're interested in going, please come by the office tomorrow morning at 8:45. What time? 8:45. So come at 8:45. We're going to go to the food bank. We'll be there for a couple of hours, and it's going to be an awesome experience. So thank you, and we'll see you in the morning.
Please stand.
ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? What can stand against? Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? What could stand against?
You guys are doing great. Our next song is Great Are You, Lord. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. Sovereign in the mountain air, sovereign on the ocean floor, with me in the calm, with me in the storm. Sovereign in my greatest joy, sovereign in my deepest cry, with me in the dark, with me at the dawn. In your everlasting arms, all the pieces of my life, from beginning to the end, I can trust you. In your never failing love, you work everything for good. God, whatever comes my way, I will trust you. Sovereign in the mountain air, sovereign on the ocean floor, with me in the calm, with me in the storm. Sovereign in my greatest joy, sovereign in my deepest cry, with me in the dark, with me at the dawn. In your everlasting arms, all the pieces of my life, from beginning to the end, I can trust you. In your never failing love, you work everything for good. God, whatever comes my way, I will trust you. All my hopes, all I need, held in your hands. All my life, all of me, held in your hands. All my fears, all my dreams, held in your hands. All my hopes, all I need, held in your hands. All my life, all of me, held in your hands. All my fears, all my dreams, held in your hands. In your everlasting arms, all the pieces of my life, from beginning to the end, I can trust you. In your never failing love, you work everything for good. God, whatever comes my way, I will trust you. God, whatever comes my way, I will trust you. You guys can sit.
If I didn't have to worry about replacing this broom, I'd beat you with it until it broke. You always scare me.
Oh, but that's what's so much fun about it. I just love waking up to all your smiling faces. You all look so cheerful in the morning.
I think we're all just a little tired, Buzz. The high priest household has a lot to do to get ready for the Passover. We've all been working really hard.
Yes, I know. Malchus works so hard, walking around the city, spying on cute girls. So hey, big brother, seen any of my type? You remember? Perfect? Seen any of those?
Enough, Buzz. Your voice is particularly bothersome this morning.
Fine. Keep them all to yourself. I'm just your poor, lonely, single brother with good looks and no one to appreciate them.
I appreciate them, Buzz.
Thank you.
Well, I don't. We work at the high priest's house too, you know. And what do you think we do when we get home?
Nothing.
Sit around and be lazy? We get right back to work while you two sit around, eat, make messes, irritate, and pout.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to do about this new job. It's frustrating.
I'll trade with you. I'll go around the city, spying on cute girls, and you get the fun job. You can haul the monster scrolls back and forth for Caiaphas' crabby old father-in-law. I know. We shouldn't talk bad about Yahweh's chosen priest, but I swear that man makes me move those scrolls 10 times more than he actually needs me to. If you ask me, Yahweh should have some minimum character requirements on his chosen priests.
I'm not just playing all day. It's a terrible job. Caiaphas is expecting me to bring back information to have this man Jesus killed, and I have to trick innocent people into telling it to me. I tried eavesdropping, and let's just say it didn't work.
If you're trying to make us feel sorry for you, it's not working.
Come on, Atara. I know you've had a tough life ever since mother and father died, but even you have to admit that what this man is asking me to do is like murder. My actions will be responsible for the death of a man. I don't even know if he's guilty or innocent.
That would be awful.
Really, Malchus? You actually think the high priest would be able to kill an innocent man? We're not a barbarian society. This is the great Roman Empire. Crusty leaders, like Caiaphas, can't simply kill a man who hasn't truly done something wrong. Besides, what difference does it make to you? You're just doing your job.
I know it. That's what I keep telling myself, but it's not working. It still seems wrong.
Would you quit whining? I'm so tired of this useless discussion. It's your job, Malchus. You do what the high priest says, and that's it. What do you think Ada and I do when the high priest says, ladies, go clean the kitchen? Do you think we sit there and we go, I don't know, that doesn't seem right. No, you do what the high priest says, that's it, the end, no discussion. Malchus, you know this. We cannot have you upsetting the high priest and putting all of our jobs in jeopardy. Just do what the high priest said, make the man happy, and shut your mouth about it. Got it?
Brilliant, Atara. Bravo. Can we see an encore?
Shalom, Karen. So good to see you.
Shalom, Susanna.
Shalom, Mala. You look so wonderful today.
Shalom, Susanna. I am so blessed. Praise Yahweh.
Visit us again when Jacob is here.
I will. Blessings to you both. Shalom, Kabir Rizpah. How's Marib?
Shalom, Susanna. She's right here. Shalom, Susanna. So nice of you to stop by our town for a visit.
Shalom, Susanna. I knew it had to be someone very fun out here when I heard all the ladies chattering so happily.
Shalom, Gibber Jairus. Shalom, Gibber Joseph. You do me great honor. I'm so happy to see your family so well.
Guards, get him! Let's go help!
That's one time I'm glad the Romans are here.
Were they stealing things from their own people, Abby? Terrible. How could they possibly find a value here?
Oh, it's probably nothing. Looks to only be a couple of boys getting just a little mischief.
All the same, I bet Hannah and Abigail are super worried about me, so I'll catch up with you later. Shalom, my friends.
Shalom. There you are, Susanna. We've been so worried about you.
We heard a commotion, and we didn't know what was going on, but we trusted you to the care of Yahweh.
I'm sorry you worried. I was with Georgia-Cumberland when the whole thing happened, but it seems like everything is fine now.
Well, whatever the disturbance may be, I praise Yahweh that I'm here. It's so nice to spend the Passover with friends and family.
I agree. The children have had such a wonderful time this year. It seems as though this will be a special Passover.
Yes, the children are a joy to have around, but I think I need to go look for something. You know, I pray that Yahweh protects us all and provides us with a special blessing. I'm gonna go. Shalom.
Shalom, friends. I'm glad that we all arrived here safely. Mara and I have enjoyed having everyone so nearby.
Yes, that's my favorite part about Passover.
Oh, I will like you to meet my brother Nicodemus. He lives here in Jerusalem also.
Are you looking for something in particular, or just someone?
I think I was looking for you. Who are you, and why have you been sneaking around for the last 2 days?
What makes you think I've been sneaking around?
Because I saw you. Are you gonna try and tell me it was my imagination?
Was it?
No, it wasn't my imagination. Are you always in the habit of irritating people before you get to know them?
My apologies. My name is Malchus. I live here, and I think it's exciting to see you comes to visit during festivals. I was just being a little nosy, I guess. Is that better?
Maybe, but I'll take your word for it since you haven't given me reason not to. Anyway, my name is Susanna, and that's my tent over there.
You know all these people?
I know most of these people. I'm from Galilee, where most of this group is from, and some are camped further beyond the spring, and some are camped closer to the temple, and some are new. I mean, not from Galilee, but they've joined our group anyway.
And why would they do that?
We have something special, something different, something that binds us all together. Can you keep a secret, Malchus?
I can actually do that pretty well when I set my mind to it.
We believe that Jesus, you know, the teacher that does all the miracles, we believe that he is the Messiah.
That's a big thing to say, Susanna.
I know, but you seem safe enough. Do you know Jesus, Malchus?
I'll be honest with you, Susanna, since you've been so honest with me. I know enough about this Jesus to know I'm not a believer.
That's because you don't know him. If you knew him, Malchus, I know you would believe.
Trust me, Susanna, I know all I need to know.
Come with me. I want you to meet someone.
Wait, who am I going to meet?
A friend, Malchus. You'll like him.
I probably will, but can't you at least tell me a little bit about this person before you go down and meet them?
I see you saved the real irritating part of your personality for after the introduction. Fine. Over there is my tent, and I'm staying with Hannah and Abigail. Abigail's married to Simon. He's also a fisherman, and he's also an ardent follower of Jesus. Her Hannah, oh my goodness, her mother is Hannah. And you know, once she was so sick, she just laid in bed, and she could barely move, and Jesus helped her. It was wonderful.
Was she really sick?
Yes, very sick. The next tent belongs to Milka. She had a disease that made her bleed for years. She was unclean and struggled to just live. She was healed by touching the hem of his robe. Faith was what did it, is what he said. And visiting her is Mehethabel, Mara, and her brother Nicodemus.
Wait, Nicodemus the Pharisee from Jerusalem?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he looked like a Pharisee, and Mara and Mehethabel are from Jerusalem, and I only just met him, so I don't know why.
Oh, no reason. I just thought maybe I knew him.
Anyway, the next tent belongs to Zacchaeus. You know the tax collector from Jericho?
Yes, I did. Quite a story if I remember. I also heard his daughter's very pretty.
What difference does that make? Anyway, it was a wonderful story because he was so wealthy and he was just willing to give up everything because he met Jesus. You know, his wife and his daughter weren't really supportive at first, but after Jesus came to their house, they loved him and they were willing to follow him. Jesus does that to people, you know?
So I've heard. What's that one with all the kids gathered around it?
That one with all the kids gathered around it, that one belongs to Mala. She was bent over for years and she could barely walk. Jesus healed her and she went back to helping everyone. It was wonderful. She's being visited by Karen until her husband gets back. Did you hear about Karen? That's where she's a bride from Cana, where Jesus performed his first miracle. He turned water into wine.
Oh, I heard about that. That's the kind of guy you want at a party.
Anyway, the next time belongs to Georgia-Cumberland, the synagogue leader whose daughter was dead. Jesus raised her from the dead.
Wait, is that her with the big eyes and flushed cheeks, though?
Yes, that's her. She was only 12 when the whole thing happened, and I wasn't there, but I heard the story. They're being visited by Joseph of Arimathea, and he was a wealthy man who just gave up everything because he met Jesus.
Well, why would he do something like that?
Malchus, if you met him, you would know why all these people give up what they have to meet Jesus. You know, you may think you're different, and so am I, but everyone down here is different. All these people, they're different, and Jesus calls us to serve him each in our own way. And he doesn't care who you are, he just cares that you come to him. Malchus, please, just come with me.
Look, Susanna, there's a lot of things you don't know about me. I'm not a regular Jerusalem teenage guy. I'm really...
Malchus, it doesn't matter who you are. He can take a tax collector like Zacchaeus, and he becomes a generous lover of people rather than lover of money. He can take a hot-tempered, dirty, smelly fisherman, and he becomes a patient, caring, high-class man. He can take an unloved girl and make her feel like a queen. And he can take a boy from Jerusalem and change his life too if he just lets him.
It's not that simple, Susanna. I mean, how can one man do that?
Marcus, just let me introduce you to some people. Just hear their stories and hear what they have to say. And after that, if you don't care, then I'll leave you alone. But if you don't give yourself a chance, Malchus, you'll never know what draws us all to him.
But that's exactly what I don't get, Susanna. I mean, look at them. They're nothing alike. You have a synagogue ruler, an unclean woman, a tax collector, a Samaritan. And Zacchaeus, I don't know what to think about him. I mean, he had everything. He walked away from everything. I just don't know what it is about this Jesus guy that will make him give up everything and not look back.
Malchus, to Jesus, it doesn't matter who we are. I told you that already. Just come with me and I'll show you.
All right.
Shalom, Geber Clovis. Shalom, Geber Mary. I want you to introduce you to my friend Malchus. I want you to tell him the story about how you met Jesus.
Shalom, Malchus. Please, have a seat. Would you like some water or food?
Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. You do me a great honor with your hospitality.
You are from Jerusalem, Malchus?
Yes, sir. Welcome to our city.
Thank you. Any friend of Susanna's is welcome here.
You're so kind, Geber Clovis, but please tell him about the Jordan. Tell him about the baptism, about Yahweh's voice.
Steady, dear. You'll tell Clopas the story before he has a chance to.
She would probably tell it better than I. So you want to hear about Jesus? Well, I did too. I was curious, so I went to the Jordan. John was such a strange sight, but the things he said stirred something within me, and I kept going back. The day Jesus came, I'll never forget. There was a tension in the air when he walked in the water, and I don't know what anybody else saw, but I saw it all. The dove, the voice from heaven that called him son, the light that shone from every part of his body. I would have followed him right then and there if I could have, but I couldn't. He disappeared. For almost 40 days he was gone. When he came back, though, I followed him everywhere. My body was baptized by John, but my heart belonged to Jesus. I couldn't turn away from the love and the mercy that flowed from him. I was only complete in him. Here on the bank I stand, but in the water is the hope of man. Unclean I fall before you now. Jesus, come wash me inside out. I'm running to the water now. I'm running to the water now. And I'm lost in your love and your mercy. Lord, your beauty is so overwhelming. I'm thankful for your truth. I'm so in love with you, my Jesus. My Jesus. Here on the bank I stand, but in the water is the hope of man. Unclean I fall before you now. Jesus, come wash me inside out. I'm running to the water now. I'm running to the water now. And I'm lost in your love and your mercy. Lord, your beauty is so overwhelming. I'm thankful for your truth. I'm so in love with you, my Jesus. All things are new again. Covered in waters of love I stand. All my chains are broken. All things are new again. Covered in waters of love I stand. All my chains are broken. 'Cause I'm washed inside your ocean. I'm running to the water now. I'm running to the water now. And I'm lost in your love and your mercy. Lord, your beauty is so overwhelming. I'm thankful for your truth. I'm so in love with you, my Jesus. And I'm lost in your love and your mercy. Lord, your beauty is so overwhelming. I'm thankful for your truth. I'm so in love with you, my Jesus. My Jesus. I'm running to the water now. I'm running to the water now.
Thank you. I should probably be getting back before it gets too late.
Malchus, please come visit us again tomorrow, just from now until Passover. Will you meet me at the sheep gate?
All right, I'll do my best, Susanna.
No. Just promise you'll be there.
All right, I promise. Good night.
Tuesday, guys. The week's 2 days over. Okay, so the theme tonight is Jesus draws me. Jesus draws me. Or let me rephrase it. Jesus draws us. How does he do this? Why does he do it, and what does it entail? Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So first, let's all bow our heads in prayer. Father God, I thank you so much for this day that you've given us. I thank you for the opportunity to come together here to just worship you, to have a special week that's dedicated to learning more about your character. I pray that you will just help us to grow closer to each other and to grow closer to you and just to learn something more about you. Use me tonight and let the words that I say be your words and not my words. In your name I pray, amen. So when I was younger, I took horseback riding lessons. I really enjoyed riding and I loved horses. And the thing about horseback riding is in order to successfully ride a horse, the rider needs to have training and also the horse needs to have training. While there are many varied ways that people use to train horses, and there's almost limitless methodologies, there's so many different ways, there's one training technique that's been used by a lot of people that's worked. This method is called round pen training or just round penning. In round penning, the trainer and the horse will go into a round pen, and then the trainer will stand near the center of the pen, putting all, facing the horse, standing towards the horse. Then the horse, they won't have any tack on, no halter, no bridle. It won't have any saddle on. It'll have free choice. It can go wherever it wants to go. There's nothing telling it what to do. When this happens, the trainer then uses a lounge line, and they'll put it right behind the horse so the horse runs around the outside of the pen and keeps running around the outside of the pen. The whole time, the trainer will be watching the horse's eyes and the horse's ears to see what the horse is paying attention to. The eyes and the ears determine what the focus of the horse is. If the horse takes its focus off of the trainer, it keeps running around the pen. The trainer will continue to move the horse around the pen until its ears and eyes are focused on the trainer, and then at this time, the trainer will stop driving the horse, and it'll turn its head down and put its shoulders down and wait for the horse to come to the trainer. If the horse takes its focus off the trainer and chooses to go away, that's fine. The trainer just keeps making the horse circle around and around until its focus is again on the trainer. The goal of this exercise is to build trust and to also give the horse the choice. The horse doesn't have to walk towards the trainer, but if it chooses not to, the alternative is that it has to keep running in circles. The whole time, the trainer is just waiting there, waiting in the center, waiting for the horse to choose to trust the trainer. As soon as the horse trusts the trainer and comes to the middle, the trainer will accept the horse. Does this sound familiar, guys? At the creation of the world, God gave us free choice. The fall of man, however, it separated every choice into two distinct groups. We can either choose God or we can choose sin. We've all chosen sin at some point. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. That's what Romans 3:23 says. So, as a remedy to this problem, God sent his son to the earth. God sent his son to show that choosing him, it is possible. Jesus was sent to the earth to draw us to the Father. He told his disciples, anyone who has seen me has also seen the Father, in John 14:9. So far this week in the play, we've seen the story of Malchus, and we've been introduced to a boy who is searching. He's gotten some very conflicting views of Jesus. He doesn't really know what to think. Caiaphas has told him that Jesus is a menace, that he's a pest, that he's a disturbance that needs to be just controlled and taken care of, and just exterminated. But on the other hand, Susanna and all of her friends have told Malchus the wonderful stories of the ways that Jesus has changed their lives. With each description of Jesus, there is a purpose. I don't think that Caiaphas knew that God chose him, Caiaphas, to send that boy Malchus out to spy on Jesus. The purpose of sending Malchus out wasn't to spy on Jesus and to fix the Pharisees' problem of Jesus, but it was to put Malchus into position so that he could learn more about Jesus and he could make his own opinion and determine what he believed about Jesus. It put him in the position to hear more about Jesus and to meet his followers. Each story that Malchus hears, it pulls at his heart. It seems as if believing in Jesus will make him lose everything, though. It'll make his family lose everything. There's so much hurt that could come along with choosing Jesus as his Messiah. But it's still, Malchus wants to know more about Jesus. He wants to know that if these stories are true, and it makes him want to know if Jesus can change his life also. I think that you and I go through the same thing. Jesus, he's calling each and every one of us. The stories you hear about how God has changed others' lives, the voice that you hear in your head reaching out to you and saying, I'm here for you, it's all Jesus. Jesus is drawing us, but if we answer that call, just like Malchus, there could be so much that we can lose. There can be so much that will hurt us. So, just like the horses, we're running in circles in a round pen. Can we trust this voice? Can we trust the trainer with our lives? We can, and we don't have to be afraid of him. We don't have to worry about the past or about our futures. How is this? Why is this? Well, it's because not only does Jesus draw us to him, but he's also drawing a beautiful picture of each and every one of our lives. Since our birth, even before our birth, he was painting a picture of each of us. He continues to make each of us beautiful through each pen stroke, through each brush stroke, each small experience of our life. He's working to create in us a masterpiece. In Jeremiah 1:5, it says, before you were in the womb, I knew you. Before you were even born, I set you apart. I know you. I love you. I want to draw you to me. I am calling you to be mine. I am calling you because you are my long-planned, my specially drawn, specially planned masterpiece. Jesus was sent to draw us to the Father, to show us that running in circles in the world steeped in a life of sin, that's not the way that we're supposed to live. That wasn't the purpose for our life. There is hope. Through the example of Jesus' life, we can be saved. We know that we can see the Father at the center of it all, waiting there, standing there with his arms wide open, just ready to accept us. Just like horses, we can continue to run in circles in the world of sin. We can follow what we know. We can refuse God's grace. But we can also choose to turn to Jesus. We can put our focus in him and trust in him. We can go to him because he has formed our lives and he is calling each and every one of us. Jesus, the great commander, the master painter, he loves us. He knows my life. He knows my struggles. He knows everything that I have done to hurt him, and he doesn't care. He wants us to trust him. He's willing to accept us. He is drawing us. He's making our lives beautiful. He's yearning to hold us in his arms of grace and in his arms of mercy. So now, as God paints each and every one of our lives, as he draws us into his arms, now we have a choice to make. what will you do? As God draws you, what choice will you make? Will you answer his call? I invite you to stand with me as we pray. Father, thank you so much for your undying love for us. Forgive us for all the times that we reject you, that we run away, that we continue running in circles, that we continue to reject your mercy, that we continue to reject your grace, God. Help us to trust you enough to listen to your voice, to hear you calling us, to hear you drawing us, and to just go with it, to go to you. Thank you for your promise to accept us, and give us the faith to trust you. Give us rest. Give us your peace, and give us your love for others. Help us to be your light in the world, God, and please come back soon. We all love you. Amen.
They're cowards, Ishi. We can get away with anything if we just play it right.
You know that's not true, Emil. We've seen the Roman soldiers do things that aren't cowardly at all.
Well, those jackals yesterday were worthless. Most of them are, I tell you. If it was just them around, we could steal everything from the temple.
Oh yeah? Well, what if it's not just them?
What is he doing here, Ishi? We've talked about this. Stop spending so much time with him. He's not a good influence on you. I'm worried about you. This is what I'm talking about, Nicodemus. With his father gone, it's just so hard.
Mother, this is not how we should treat any guest, even one you disapprove of.
Your mother's very worried about you, Ishi. She sees what a difference is made with the wrong type of influence.
Do I just sit here and watch as you throw your life away because of bad influence from him? All the while staring bread and figs like everything is just fine? I can't do that, Ishi. You're my son. Say something, please. I don't know what else to do.
She loves you, Ishi. Try to understand. She speaks with wisdom.
Look, Ishi, I understand your frustration with your mother. Trust me, I do. And she loves you, Ishi. But these things you're doing, even if you're just stealing junk, it's still stealing. And it won't take much for the Romans to catch you. And then they'll label you, Ishi. And you know what happens when the Romans label people.
So, what are you saying?
I'm saying stop. Have you ever heard Jesus' Sermon from the Mount? Love your enemies. There's a boy once similar to your age. And he asked Jesus what the key to eternal life was. Jesus said, simply follow the 10 Commandments. Look, it's so simple. I wish you could understand it, Ishi.
Yes, I've heard him, Uncle, but the leaders, your Pharisees, have tried at every turn to squelch anything he has said. Be a good Jew and stay away from the man. He's an abomination. He does his miracles of the devil. You know what they say. So what do I believe, huh? Better yet, what do you believe? Are you a Pharisee or are you a follower? If you can't decide, why would you expect me to?
There you go, Ishi. That's what I like to see. Some passion. It's nothing personal, brother. I just need to get him fired up. It's no fun to mess with people if he's feeling guilty.
I know that you've talked to Jesus personally. I know the conflicted feelings you have battling for your heart, but everything I see makes me so angry. Mother shows love for me by insulting my friend, and the Pharisees, forgive me, Uncle, they're greedy and hypocritical.